Hey guys, Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and it's been a while since I did a review on the channel. 2 days. If you're wondering why I didn't do a bunch of other things, well, I was busy yesterday. I actually went on a tour to go see SoFi Stadium. So, yes, I'm doing big things in this world. Anyways, Endo and Kobayashi is doing big things in this world. And we're continuing on this storyline as we get a pretty interesting episode here, just from the standpoint, we get some backstory on Liesolette. We finally get Fiene and Ball, their relationship pretty much developing into, I guess, them dating now. And then in a way, we see how Siegwald, so far, right now, has saved Liesolette from the Witch of Yore, I believe. And that's what they call it in this anime. From pretty much Liesolette being taken down a road of darkness. But this episode was kind of simple for the most part. The summertime is over and everything. And eventually Liesolette and Lise, they end up going back, and obviously, well, if you go to school, well, if you ever been to school, especially through high school, obviously there's rumors that would always get passed around, and obviously the rumor mill of the day is the fact that, well, guess what? Liesolette and Fiene are obviously now related, and they're siblings. Which, hey, it's nice, it's fun, it's cute, it's adorable. Everybody talking about them and things like that. They're just eating together. Liesolette makes the mention like, "Oh, Fiene, you're doing things more royal, like you're walking the way I taught you to." So that was definitely nice. Now, the only catch in this whole thing is the fact that we see how Ball is tending to avoid her. And at some point, Siegwald and Liesolette see that, and they're like, what's going on with you two? Your relationship hasn't progressed any further? And, well, no, that's kind of the thing. They haven't. He's been avoiding her now. Liesolette and Ball have pretty much of a discussion, and Ball knows practically everything. And he tells Liesolette why he's pretty much avoiding her, which in a way it has things to do with like the royalty and things like that of not being the next heir. And again, it's kind of this whole thing of he feels like he would be a burden on her, to the point that she would view him differently. Like, she wouldn't like him, she wouldn't appreciate him or anything anymore. He thinks he would look, Fiene wouldn't look at his way, or she would look down on him, or would look so lowly of him. And Liesolette is like, well, why would you feel like that? You haven't ever, you confess your feelings to her, you say you love this girl, but now you're running away from your feelings. Like, why would you do that? Which, it's kind of funny how she's saying that, because in a way she kind of she hides her feelings away from Siegwald, and she becomes that tsundere-like girl character she typically is. But I find it funny how she pretty much inspires Ball to like confess his feelings truly to Lise, albeit she's the one that's avoiding him all the time, or her crush all the time. But Lise was actually hiding away in this closet area. She moves a bit, and obviously they hear. That's when Liesolette said, well, you can go talk to her right now. Then he looks that way, he opens up, and she's obviously there, right then and there. And pretty much, it was kind of the whole thing of, this is his way of confessing to her, because even before they started talking, he ended up telling Liesolette that he's in love with Fiene, and he wants to be with her. So they're both talking. She's obviously flustered because, like, this guy freaking said he loved me and everything. And she's having, I guess you could say, some trouble on what she wants to say. And obviously, the crazy thing that happens in this week's episode is the fact that now Fiene has the abilities to hear Endo and Kobayashi speak. She gets this, power by the grace of the gods ability, so she can now hear Endo and Kobayashi talk, and pretty much Endo and Kobayashi pretty much tell her, like, listen, ask him, like, what he would do if you didn't want to become the monarch they want you to become, and the whole thing was like, oh, he would run away with her and they would elope, and that's pretty much what he said. And she's like, well, okay, then I will accept your, pretty much your proposal. So that's kind of the thing there. And that starts their relationship. The one thing, it's pretty cool to finally hear or see that Lisei now is another character that can hear Endo and Kobayashi, which is pretty cool, because obviously with what we know with these past 6 episodes now, they're both their characters are very integral to the very integral to the game. So for them to practically now hear Endo and Kobayashi, they potentially could change how the game ends and things like that. Now, the majority of the rest of the episode covered Liesolette. The start of the episode had obviously a nightmare scene. That's obviously has the Witch of Yore enveloping things. After Liesolette sees the resolution with Fiene and Ball, she walks away, and then practically the Witch of Yore's temptations are getting to Liesolette and pretty much just saying, she's pretty much trying to corrupt her mind, trying to say that, oh, Fiene wants to take your boyfriend, Siegwald. She's not really like going for Ball. At the end of the day, she wants to get closer to Siegwald. And obviously Liesolette doesn't believe it, but the Witch of Yore is like, no, it's fake. She's going to take your boyfriend away, and she continuously gets these bad dreams and these things like as if Lisei is going to do something and take her man away and everything. So then we see the next day, the next day, she's just purposely avoiding Siegwald when he tries to go up and talk to her. Eventually it leads to this scene where Siegwald's overhearing and talk with her and Lisei. And Lisei's like, you need to stop. I know you're having these nightmares and these bad dreams and you're waking up in the middle of the night. Honestly, just to see her reaction to these bad dreams and these things, you kind of really do truly feel for Liesolette, because this witch is literally trying to like possess her body and things like that. But Liesolette is not trying to listen, but Fiene's like, no, I know, let me help you. I would never freaking go for Siegwald. And it's kind of the thing there. So eventually it gets to a part where she just kind of slaps Lisei's hand away. But Siegwald is questioning what to do, and pretty much he's asking Endo and Kobayashi, like, hey, what do I do here? And I'm like, come on, dude, you gotta go get your girl, bro. That's what I'm saying, watching the screen. But Endo and Kobayashi are like, we can't help you out on this one. You have to find out what you truly want, how you truly feel about her. And he's putting it, so then he goes up. He starts calling her name out. She tries to run away, but he stops her, and pretty much, he's trying to say, like, listen, why would I ever forsake you? I really do care about you. But, she's not having any of it because she's being her tsundere self. And then he ends up kissing her, which makes her pass out. And we kind of get a little bit of a Liesolette backstory. And I guess a little bit of Siegwald backstory. So we find out they first met each other when they were probably 5 or 6 years old. And we see that, when they first met and they first got to know each other, Liesolette fell high over heels over Siegwald. Obviously, we know Siegwald felt the same way, but the thing is, she was telling her dad, like, oh, I'm in love with Siegwald, but her dad, for some dumbass reason, freaking tells her, like, especially a kid at this age, kids are a lot smarter than you think they are, and all you gotta do is tell them something, and then they'll probably abide by it. Some might be more, I guess you can say more of a rebel, but, in royalty, well, she followed what her dad said. And practically her dad said, well, you can't. Yes, you can say you love him, but it's not up to what he wants. It's not up to what Prince Siegwald decides. You know, at the end of the day, you're just his servant. At the end of the day, you would be a servant of his. So he can't really reciprocate those same feelings back. Now, why the dad said that, I have no freaking clue, because that's just great advice to tell your daughter who's in love with a guy that, even though you're in love with him, he's the prince. He's gonna be a king soon when he grows of age, and at the end of the day, he won't look at you like he loves you. He'll just look at you as just another servant of his. With in these time periods, a king or prince would have different types of, like, I wouldn't say succubuses, but different types of wives and things like that. But we know Siegwald, he was only looking for her, and we see over the backstory that she was ingrained with this, so she kind of turned away from him, and that's when she became the tsundere Liesolette, where she pretty much says, like, oh, I don't like you, you know, go away, and things like that. While Siegwald was trying to make advances and try to get closer to her, and things like that. None of this would have never happened if the freaking dad didn't open up his big fat mouth, bro. Like, now when I look at it, maybe she became a tsundere because the damn dad did it. So none of this would have probably been happening to her if not for the dad. So then it gets to the present time, the current present time when she gets to the academy. And the thing is, deep down, even though she was kind of rejecting him all these times, she still loved him. She wasn't like high over heels for him. She still loved him. So when she went to the academy, she was thinking like, oh, I can spend some more time with him. But then that's when obviously Fiene got into the picture. She ended up getting jealous. But then she overhears Endo and Kobayashi's voices by saying, no, don't fall to the deep darkness of the Witch of Yore, yada yada yada. And then she overhears her friend's voice, especially Siegwald's voice, pulling her into the light pretty much. And that's when Endo and Kobayashi, they end up telling Siegwald and Fiene because the fact that, you know, she practically is she is being given like these nightmares and things because this Witch of Yore is trying to possess her body, and if that happens, well, you know, practically she'll turn into this monster, and she could practically be on the verge of, you know, not only killing Fiene, but as well as destroying the kingdom. And pretty much they say like, yeah, because of this, you would have to be forced to kill her, Siegwald. And they're like, well, we have to kill her. But they said, no, you don't have to. Practically, they tell him, listen, you have to figure out your own feelings. You have to find out if you truly do love Liesolette. And I understand that's pretty hard for you because we can't force you to love her. But, you know, you have to find out within the feelings of yourself of how you truly feel. It pretty much makes Siegwald kind of understand, like, oh no, he truly is in love with Liesolette. But we're gonna see, that's kind of the thing. I'm guessing now the story's gonna go where, so yes, he can say he's in love, but right now his heart isn't ultimately in the right place where he is in love. He likes obviously the trait she gives off, but I guess in a way he needs to fall back into love. Like maybe when he was a kid, he was in love with Liesolette, like he was entranced with her. But maybe he has to find that thing, because we've seen this in this week's episode. It takes him a while to figure out what to do, and I'm like, well, dude, if you're in love with somebody, it doesn't matter. You'll go to them when they're in need, regardless. You don't have to think things over. So I'm guessing the next few bits of episodes, as we're starting to get to the end of this season, now that I guess you could say hit the midpoint of this show, it's probably going to be Siegwald again, probably understanding his feelings for Liesolette, and then eventually falling in love with her, thus saving her from the Witch of Yore. Which I still think we're probably going to get something in regards to that. I don't think this Witch of Yore is going to be gone for good, but solid episode. I definitely did enjoy it, and things like that. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Endo and Kobayashi Live, as well as hit the subscribe button. If you want to get more anime content, I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day. Peace.